I got involved with the perfused lung as a model system to study really the metabolism of endogenous compounds within the pulmonary circulation. And in fact, it went out all sorts of different ways. I think that demonstration of the pulmonary endothelium was an active metabolic organ and not just a lining, an antiplatelet aggregatory lining to the vasculature. That was the beginning, I think, of people's interest in the endothelium as a very active, physiologically significant control organ. I was involved in the perfused lung, and one of the ways that it developed was to look at the perfused lung from different species, which is fairly, in a sense, boring. Should have been fairly boring. I remember my supervisor saying that species differences was the last resort of a desperate man, and I remember that. I really did sympathise, and I agreed with him that if that was the best thing you could say about your results, it was not very much. But I thought that we had done most of our work with rat and guinea pig lung because those are the common things. But we, being at the College of Surgeons, had slightly improved access to human bits of human lung. I thought, nobody's ever done this. Let's have a go. And so we used to use bits of human lung, perfuse it through the pulmonary vessels and see how everything came, disappeared, what happened to it, and so on and so forth. And in fact, it turned out to be really quite interesting. One of the things which was interesting was the fact that the guinea pig lung behaved towards arachidonic acid really quite differently when you compared with the human and rat lung. And in fact, as it happened, if John Vane had done, and Priscilla Piper had done their experiments with anaphylactic human or rat lung, they would never have seen this mysterious RCS business, which was the critical thing that really sparked John's interest in the whole of the prostaglandin business. That mysterious RCS business is probably a mixture of thromboxane and something called the hydroperoxide, PGH2. Now, I don't know why, but the human lung and the rat lung hardly make any of it at all. And you can pour all sorts of amounts of arachidonic acid through these isolated lungs, and you hardly get anything coming out in those terms. Then whether you use a rat lung or a guinea pig lung or a hamster lung or a human lung, the answers are somewhat different. Sometimes the rat is closer to the human, and sometimes the guinea pig is closer to the human. And so, in one way, it is important because we are finally, most of us, are finally interested in what happens in man, in humans, and we're not that much interested in guinea pig and rat health as much as we're interested in human health.